There comes a time in your life when you must stop questioning and start trusting. You see, prayer is not just words that escape your lips, it is the conversation between your heart and God. It is the bridge between where you are now and where God has called you to be. Many of us pray, but we fail to trust that what we are asking for is already working its way to us. You must understand this truth. God is not late, He is working in His perfect timing. The delay you see is not denial, it is preparation. Every moment of waiting is designed to shape you, to strengthen your faith, and to refine your character. When you pray, do not pray with doubt. Pray with confidence. Speak to God as if the answer is already yours, because faith always precedes the manifestation. Trust is the currency of your prayers. Without trust, your prayers remain silent and ineffective. But when you trust, your words gain power, and your life begins to move in alignment with divine purpose. Do not be discouraged by obstacles, by delays, or by the appearance that nothing is happening. Everything that is promised will come to pass if you continue to stand firm in your faith. Prayer is not simply a ritual or a set of words, it is the sacred connection between your heart and the divine. It is the bridge that links where you are today to the destiny God has planned for you. Too often, people underestimate the power of prayer, thinking it is merely a hope or a wish. But prayer, when offered with sincerity and faith, becomes a channel through which divine wisdom, strength, and guidance flow into your life. It is through prayer that you align your will with God's purpose, that you position yourself to receive what has already been prepared for you. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough, and every transformation began with someone who chose to pray and trust. The act of praying is not passive, it is a deliberate and intentional declaration that you believe in a higher plan, a plan that is designed specifically for you. When you pray, you are stepping into a partnership with the Creator, acknowledging that your life is part of a larger narrative that requires divine direction and intervention. It is the bridge that carries you over the obstacles that seem impossible, the fears that feel overwhelming, and the doubts that attempt to weaken your resolve. To understand prayer as a bridge, you must also recognize that it requires both faith and patience. You may not see immediate results, but every prayer you offer plants a seed. That seed grows quietly, nourished by your trust and perseverance, until it eventually manifests in ways that surpass your imagination. Just as a bridge connects two distant points, prayer connects the limitations of your current circumstances with the possibilities of your future. It is the pathway through which unseen forces begin to move on your behalf, orchestrating situations, people, and opportunities that align with your purpose. Many fail to experience the fullness of their prayers because they stop at the bridge instead of crossing it. They pray, but they do not trust. They pray, but they do not act in alignment with their faith, and they pray, but they allow doubt to erode the power of their words. Trust is the essential component that allows the bridge of prayer to carry you across from where you are to where you are meant to be. Every time you pray with sincerity, you strengthen that bridge. Every time you choose faith over fear, you reinforce it. And every time you align your actions with your prayers, you ensure that you not only reach the other side but also arrive with purpose, clarity, and readiness to embrace the blessings that await you. Prayer is not about convincing God to act, it is about convincing yourself. To trust, to align, and to move forward in the confidence that what you have asked for is already in motion, even when the path seems unclear. The bridge of prayer is sturdy, but it requires your commitment, your belief, and your willingness to walk across it every single day. Trust is the vital element that transforms prayer from mere words into a powerful declaration of faith. Without trust, prayer can become empty, a routine recitation that fails to penetrate the barriers of doubt and fear. But when you trust, when you fully believe that the one who hears your prayers is able and willing to act, your words gain power, and your life begins to shift in ways that surpass your understanding. Trust in prayer is not passive, it is active, deliberate, and courageous. It requires you to release control and surrender your desires, your fears, and your doubts to a higher power, knowing that what you are asking for is already being orchestrated in ways you cannot see. Many people pray for outcomes, yet they fail to trust the process, and in doing so, they limit the effectiveness of their prayers. Trust is the key that unlocks the potential of every petition, every plea, and every heartfelt request. When you trust in your prayers, you are sending a message not only to God but also to yourself, that you believe in the alignment of your desires with divine timing and purpose. This trust acts like a magnet, drawing circumstances, opportunities, and people into your life that facilitate the fulfillment of your prayers. It transforms doubt into confidence, fear into courage, and hesitation into action. Trust does not guarantee instant results, but it guarantees consistency in faith, which is far more powerful than any immediate outcome. When you pray with trust, you are declaring that you are fully aware of your worthiness, that you believe in the promises of God, and that you are ready to receive what has been prepared for you. It also requires patience, because trust is tested in the waiting period. The longer the wait, the deeper the opportunity to strengthen your faith, to develop resilience, and to cultivate perseverance. This period of waiting is not a sign that your prayers are unheard. It is a divine invitation to grow in faith, to walk in obedience, and to maintain belief even when circumstances seem contrary. Trust allows you to pray boldly, to ask without hesitation, and to expect without reservation. It aligns your mind, your heart, and your actions with the divine will, creating a synergy between what you desire and what is possible. Through trust, your prayers become more than requests. They become declarations of belief that move you into a state of readiness for blessings. Your words carry intention, your faith carries energy, and your life begins to respond to the certainty that comes from unwavering trust. Every time you approach prayer with trust, you reinforce the understanding that God is not only listening but is actively working on your behalf. Trust is the element that bridges the gap between spoken words and manifested reality. It empowers your prayers to break through limitations, to overcome obstacles, and to create pathways where none seem to exist. Without trust, prayer is incomplete, but with trust, prayer becomes the most powerful tool you have to align your life with divine purpose. Delays in life are often misunderstood as denials, but the truth is that every delay is a deliberate part of God's preparation for your breakthrough. Too many people pray and then grow frustrated when the answer does not come immediately. They question whether their prayers are being heard, whether their faith matters, or whether they are even worthy of receiving. But what they fail to understand is that timing is just as important as the prayer itself. God's timing is perfect, and it is designed to prepare you for the fullness of the blessing you are about to receive. Every moment of waiting, every obstacle, every season of silence is shaping you, refining your character, and equipping you with the patience, wisdom, and resilience necessary to handle the gift that is coming. If you rush ahead or grow impatient, you may miss the lessons that are critical for your growth. Delays are not punishments, they are opportunities. They are opportunities to deepen your faith, to strengthen your trust, and to align your heart with God's plan. When you recognize this, you will stop seeing delays as disappointments and start seeing them as divine investments in your future. Preparation is often hidden, unseen, and sometimes uncomfortable, but it is necessary. You cannot receive what you are not ready for, and God knows that. That is why the process takes time, why doors do not open too early, and why blessings arrive exactly when they are meant to. During these periods, you are being molded into someone capable of sustaining and stewarding the breakthrough that is coming. Every prayer you have uttered, every act of faith you have committed, every tear you have shed, none of it is wasted. God is orchestrating events behind the scenes, arranging circumstances and people in ways that align perfectly with your destiny. The delay is the invisible hand that ensures the timing, the impact, and the longevity of what you are about to receive. Those who fail to understand this may grow discouraged, lose hope, or give up entirely. But those who embrace the delay, who continue to pray and trust during the waiting, will find that the breakthrough exceeds anything they imagined. Faith is tested in the waiting room of life, and perseverance is born from the patience to trust the process. When you finally receive what you have been waiting for, you will realize that the delay was not a setback, It was a necessary step in the journey that made you ready to handle the blessing wisely and fully. The power of understanding delays is preparation transforms your perspective. It allows you to stay positive, stay consistent in your prayers, and stay aligned with your purpose, even when the path seems unclear. The moment of breakthrough is always worth the wait, and every delay has a reason that only divine wisdom can fully explain. By embracing the preparation, you position yourself to receive with gratitude, humility, and readiness, ensuring that your breakthrough is not just a momentary victory but a lasting transformation. Faith is the essential ingredient that must precede every manifestation in your life. It is not enough to pray, to speak your desires, or to hope for change. You must first believe that what you have asked for is already on its way. Faith is the invisible force that transforms your prayers from words into reality. Without it, your prayers remain suspended in uncertainty, powerless to affect the circumstances around you. Faith is not blind optimism. It is confident expectation, a deep-seated assurance that the one who hears you is faithful and able to deliver. When you operate in faith, you begin to see possibilities where others see impossibilities. You begin to recognize opportunities where others see obstacles. Faith allows you to act boldly, to take steps toward your dreams, and to persist even when the situation seems hopeless. Many people pray but fail to see results because their faith is weak, wavering, or conditional. They pray, but they doubt, they ask, but they hesitate, they hope, but they do not believe. Faith must be absolute, unwavering, and consistent. It is the foundation upon which every answered prayer is built. When faith precedes manifestation, your prayers gain momentum, aligning circumstances, people, and events in ways that work on your behalf, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Faith is also what sustains you during seasons of waiting. Delays and obstacles are inevitable, but faith allows you to trust that what you have asked for is already moving toward you, even if you do not yet see it. It gives you the strength to persevere, the patience to endure, and the courage to keep moving forward despite opposition. Faith is not passive, it requires action. It calls you to step into alignment with your prayers, to walk in obedience, and to live as though the promise has already been fulfilled. Every act of faith strengthens your spiritual foundation and prepares you to receive the blessing fully and responsibly. Faith is the lens through which you interpret life's challenges. It transforms setbacks into lessons, failures into stepping stones, and waiting periods into preparation. When you pray with faith, you are essentially declaring to the universe that your belief is greater than your doubt, that your trust is stronger than your fear, and that your expectation is greater than your circumstances. Faith precedes manifestation because it sets the stage for your prayers to come alive. It energizes your words, empowers your actions, and positions you to receive in alignment with God's timing and purpose. Without faith, prayer lacks the power to move mountains, to unlock doors, or to bring forth miracles. With faith, however, you are unstoppable. You begin to see the invisible become visible, the impossible become possible, and the promised blessings unfold before your eyes. Faith is the key that transforms prayer from a hopeful request into a tangible reality, shaping your destiny and propelling you toward the life you were meant to live. Consistency in prayer and obedience is the foundation upon which divine blessings are built. Many people pray sporadically, only reaching out when life feels difficult, when problems mount, or when desperation drives them to seek intervention. But true transformation requires more than occasional prayers, it requires a lifestyle of consistent communication with God. Consistency in prayer is not measured by the number of words you speak, but by the faithfulness of your heart to remain connected to the source of your strength and guidance. When you commit to praying consistently, you are creating a rhythm of alignment between your desires and divine purpose. This consistency demonstrates your seriousness, your faith, and your willingness to trust the process. Alongside consistent prayer, obedience is essential. It is not enough to ask for guidance or blessings without being willing to walk in alignment with the principles that invite those blessings. Obedience is the evidence of faith in action. It is the willingness to do what is right, even when it is difficult, inconvenient, or goes against the immediate desires of the flesh. When you combine consistent prayer with obedience, you create a powerful synergy that positions your life for breakthroughs. God honors faithfulness and aligns circumstances to respond to those who are steadfast. Often, people fail to experience the fullness of their prayers because they are inconsistent in both seeking and following. They pray, but they do not trust. They ask, but they do not act. They hope, but they do not obey. Consistency bridges that gap. It cultivates perseverance, strengthens character, and deepens trust. Every day you spend praying and living obediently reinforces the spiritual infrastructure that supports your breakthrough. It trains your mind to focus on purpose, your heart to remain faithful, and your actions to reflect your beliefs. Consistent prayer also develops patience, teaching you to wait without doubt and to trust without wavering. It allows you to grow in resilience, understanding that the timing of answers is as important as the answers themselves. Obedience ensures that when blessings arrive, you are ready to receive and manage them wisely. Without obedience, the answers to prayer may arrive, but the impact may be diminished or even wasted. Through consistency, you demonstrate loyalty to your purpose and dedication to the process. It transforms prayer from a momentary appeal into a lifestyle of dependence, alignment, and readiness. Every small act of obedience, every consistent prayer, every faithful step taken in alignment with your divine calling contributes to the manifestation of the blessings you have asked for. This combination of steadfast prayer and unwavering obedience creates a momentum that propels you forward, opens doors that seemed impossible to open, and positions you to experience the fullness of God's promises. Consistency in these areas ensures that your life is not only prepared to receive blessings but also equipped to sustain them, to multiply them, and to walk in the abundance that is your inheritance. Trusting your prayers positions you to receive what God has promised in ways that go beyond mere expectation. It is one thing to pray, and it is another to fully trust that the prayer you have spoken will come to fruition. Trust is the bridge that connects your spoken words to the manifestation of God's promises in your life. When you trust, you are acknowledging that God is at work behind the scenes, orchestrating events, aligning circumstances, and preparing the right people to play their part in your breakthrough. Many people pray and then question whether their prayers matter, allowing doubt and fear to overshadow their faith. But trust eliminates uncertainty and strengthens the connection between your heart and the divine. It is the quiet confidence that what you have asked for is already in motion, even if you cannot yet see it with your physical eyes. Trust requires patience, because the fulfillment of prayers often comes in God's perfect timing, not necessarily according to your schedule. The waiting period is not a sign that your prayers are ignored or forgotten. It is a time of preparation, a season in which you are being equipped to receive, sustain, and steward the blessings that are coming. When you trust in your prayers, you are also taking responsibility for your own faith journey. You are choosing to believe in what is unseen, to walk confidently even when the path is unclear, and to align your actions with the promises you have claimed. Trust transforms prayer from a passive request into an active partnership with God, a partnership that requires belief, perseverance, and alignment with divine principles. It allows your prayers to gain momentum and power, moving obstacles out of the way and opening doors that seemed impossible to open. Trust positions your heart to recognize opportunities, to act in alignment with divine guidance, and to remain steadfast when challenges arise. Without trust, prayers remain incomplete, words spoken into the void with no real expectation of response. With trust, every prayer becomes a declaration, a statement of faith, and a call to action for your life to align with God's will. Trusting your prayers also strengthens your relationship with God. It cultivates intimacy, deepens your reliance on divine wisdom, and reinforces the understanding that you are never alone in your journey. The more you trust, the more confident you become in the power of your prayers, and the more equipped you are to navigate life's challenges with courage and clarity. Trust positions you to receive not only the answers you have asked for but also the wisdom, strength, and insight that accompany those answers. It ensures that when the blessings arrive, you are ready to embrace them fully, to walk in alignment with purpose, and to steward the gifts responsibly. Trust is the posture of the heart that guarantees your prayers are not wasted, that your faith is active, and that your life is aligned with divine intention, creating a pathway for the promises of God to manifest in every area of your life.